One of the myths I hear is that only irresponsible people file for bankruptcy, and that's simply not true. There are a variety of reasons that people file for bankruptcy, although sometimes irresponsible spending can be one of those reasons. Certainly, recently, we've seen that the cost of goods, services, everything has really increased, which makes people who may have been spending a nominal amount for their bills and expenses now have to spend more where their income hasn't increased. And for that reason, that can snowball into a larger financial problem. I also see people file for bankruptcy because they've had a medical issue, maybe a car accident, and medical bills piling up, combined with the fact that you might have been out of work for that time, really makes it difficult for you to pay your bills. And if you can't pay your bills, that leads to larger financial issues, which then could lead to you considering to file for bankruptcy. Another reason is because of loss of employment. If you've been laid off, if you lost your job or had to leave your job due to a medical issue, any loss of income is going to affect your ability to pay your bills. The more time you spend not being able to pay your bills, the larger that financial situation becomes and the more dire it can be. And the third most common reason I see people file for bankruptcy is actually because of divorce. And so, one of the things in a marriage is you're used to having a two-person income. And when those two people go and live separate lives, they each now have their rent or mortgage payment. They each now have their television, cable, internet, phone. They have their own groceries, their own medical bills. And so a lot of times people aren't used to not having that second income supplement theirs, which then creates an uneven spending pattern. That can lead to financial situations that could lead to bankruptcy. So it's not just people who are irresponsible. Sometimes it's because of no fault of your own, but it's important to sit down with a bankruptcy attorney and see, is bankruptcy going to be the right choice for you?